What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I'm back with another quick video. I done recorded this video a couple times. First time I got some audio interference, but let's get into it, yo. I want to do this video. Shout out to Doc Dark 1985. He was on Planet Xbox podcast last week. He also did a video a couple days ago, maybe a day ago, from this title, Avowed The New Starfield, ! I understood where he was coming from with this. He obviously he knows what he's doing with this, but I think his main thing about this video was more so the hype that some are putting on this game and putting it on a pedestal, and if it doesn't deliver that into the way that they think it's supposed to, they're setting themselves up for failure and whatnot. But I just want to correct Doc on a few things, and not that his video was wrong. I watched the video, I enjoyed the video. I understood his point. But Starfield was hyped for multiple reasons, right? One, it was the first new IP from Todd Howard and the gang since Elder Scrolls and Fallout. It was the first one in 25 years, so it was going to be like another mega hit by them, set in space, right? So it had a lot of like, okay, these guys don't miss. Well, Fallout, they don't miss. Well, Elder Scrolls, they don't miss, and they're tackling a new IP, a new RPG, space RPG, and it's gonna have that Bethesda flair. So boom, this is hands down Game of the Year nominee, Game of the Year contender, for sure, right? Then so you have that aspect on it, and then you have the Xbox tax. This is now an Xbox first party game. It's now an Xbox exclusive. It has to score a 90, but it has to be a Game of the Year nominee, because the Xbox games don't get nominated for Game of the Year, with the exception of Psychonauts 2, whatever. People don't count that for some reason. But it had to hit these metrics that PlayStation games hit. So it was even added pressure, right? So now you got Xbox fans hyping this game because who it's coming from, and that it's an Xbox exclusive, so they got extra boost. You got journalists and the industry anticipating this game because it's Todd Howard, it's Bethesda, but there's the Xbox tax, and there is money to be made whether this thing goes any direction, whether you're gonna get on the positive train or if you have the opportunity to derail it, right? So Starfield had just hype coming in regardless, and I'm sorry, Obsidian and any of their IPs are not up to that level. You know what I mean? They're not up to that level, right? So Obsidian, they're great developers. They make great games. They're perfect example of making games that are better than expected, right? People forget the hype behind Outer Worlds wasn't because, oh my God, Obsidian's making it. No, it's the fact that it was that Fallout 4 wasn't as good as people hoped, and Fallout 76 wasn't Bethesda. It wasn't what they were expecting. A Fallout games as a service online, massive online game. No, they didn't want that, and to help, Fallout 76 had a poor launch, a bad launch. But it's since turned around. So you got to think about, there was beef between the community and Bethesda in regards to Fallout. All right, people forget that. So when Obsidian came, I think to the Game Awards to reveal the Outer Worlds, which looked like Fallout, and it was from the makers of one of the best Fallouts, Fallout New Vegas, people jumped on the train, and the first comments were like, "You see, Bethesda, this is how you do a Fallout game." That it was in the praise for the Outer Worlds was more so shots at Bethesda and for how they were handling the last two Fallout games. So that netted positively for Obsidian. Outer Worlds scored great. It was like a high 80s game. People bought it. It launched day one on Game Pass. That game came out right at the time they were being acquired by the Xbox. And then you also got to consider the fact that just during that time, it was just like people were looking for something new, an answer, and Obsidian provided that. And again, Obsidian are pretty good at what they do. And Avowed I expect the same thing. Obsidian version of what an Elder Scrolls would be. I don't expect a carbon copy or them to mimic. It's supposed to have their flair. Obsidian games are typically bright. So we got this image up top, which was the CGI trailer from 2020, 2021 when they first announced Avowed. And then you got this bottom image. It's from the gameplay last year, and people said, "Oh, this is not. It doesn't look good." And it's like, why? You wanted it to look like Skyrim? No, I think what we got last year, like the brightness, the vibrant colors, it was more of what I expected from Obsidian. And I'm still looking forward to playing the game, and I was happy with what it looked like. Is it graphically demanding? Is it Unreal Engine 5 greatness? No. And I do expect the game to look a little better the next time we see it next week. But Avowed Doc is nowhere near Starfield. It's not going to get that level of hype, not going to get that level of scrutiny. And that's going to serve positive for the game because it's going to be a really good game. And it's at the end of the day, it's probably going to score higher than Starfield. May not sell as much, may not be as polarizing, but it will be an 87, 89 game. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to be like, it's all right. But just to answer, I don't think Avowed is going to be the new Starfield. I don't think it's going to be held to that standard. 2024 is going to be great for Xbox. They got like 3-4 pillars. All of them are what I think are magnum opus. I don't know which one's going to be their go-to, but these all could be considered a major holiday release, and they're all coming out this year, and 2 of them are rather soon. But that's my video. Let me know your thoughts. Shout out to Doc Dark. This is Kid Smooth. Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.